Happy day, y'all. It is me, Mona.
And it's me, Kina Marie.
We don't think we're going to call this stars and cards. We're literally tapping into Mercury retrograde and its energy. I'm going to let our supreme astrologist go ahead and kick her shit about Mercury retrograde, and then we'll pull some cards.
Yes, so we know Mercury is the planet of communication. Mercury is the planet of small travels. Mercury is the planet of maybe your relationships with your siblings. It's the planet of our beginning education. And so when things are in retrograde, they tend to go backwards. So the energy tends to go backwards instead of forward. So this is definitely a time for definitely making sure that you are checking over your travel plans. This is the time where you want to if you're thinking about starting a new project or going back to school, this is kind of really not the time to do that. But we have Mercury going in retrograde, beginning in the sign of Leo and ending in the sign of Virgo. So it starts August 4th, and from August 4th to August 14th, it'll be in the sign of Leo. So we know Leo is the fire sign. Leo is the ruler of the sun. So it's all about being vibrant, being radiant, showing our light. That is what the forward motion for Leo's energy. So when Leo goes into Mercury retrograde, during this initial time, we may encounter challenges related to our self-expression, our creativity, and our personal projects. Things that we may be more strong and radiant and confident in, that energy will kind of fall back. We may begin to start to question ourselves. We may begin to really step away from our creative side and our personal projects. But this is a good time to review how we present ourselves. So take this time, this fallback time with the Mercury retrograde in Leo, to really fall back, to really look at yourselves, look at ourselves, see what do we need to work on, how do we want to present ourselves moving forward, how do we want to put out our creations moving forward, our projects. This is when we want to reassess our personal goals and our relationships as well. So then on August the 15th through August the 27th, Mercury will be in retrograde in the sign of Virgo. Now, first, Leo is the fifth of the zodiac, and then Virgo is the sixth of the zodiac. And so with Virgo, the energy is being helpful, working, really showing up for people, being that nurturing energy, but really also very analytical and routine are Virgos. And so during this time with the Mercury retrograde in Virgo on August the 15th through August the 27th, we want to shift our focus to practical matters, work on our daily routines. So if you've been on a routine, this is a time to really fall back from your routine and kind of reassess your routine, see what needs to be removed from your routine, see what needs to be added in. This is when you want to focus on the things, okay? We also, with Mercury going in retrograde in Virgo, we need to expect issues with organization, issues with how we have things set up and how we have things organized in our house. We're gonna really start picking apart shit. Like you're gonna start recognizing things being out of place, okay? And so we're also gonna recognize things in our health that is shifting, and opportunities that we may be working on the outside. We're really going to take the end of this retrograde, really reassessing them, really going through and saying, you know, do I really want to put out this? Do I really want to work on this project? This is all going through your house, doing spring cleaning and summer. You're just going to be really picking apart things, but reassess them. It's an opportunity to refine processes and improve efficiency. And so before I hand it to Mona, I'm going to give y'all a couple of little tidbits on how to get through this retrograde from August the 4th through August the 27th. So first, double check everything you do. Make sure you are saving all of your work. Make sure you are putting them all on a flash drive. Make sure you're being looking at your details. You're looking at your travel plans, any transactions. You may want to go through and check your money history, see if you may have missed something, you may have overspent something. Avoid misunderstandings, avoid getting into a tussle, especially with it beginning in Leo. Listen, avoid getting into a tussle. Okay. The next thing that we want to work on is review and reflect. Okay. Now, at the beginning of the retrograde, it's about reviewing and reflecting on ourselves, going within, doing a scan of our lives, of our routine. And then the last part of the retrograde, reassessing our projects, reassessing our home, reassessing the things around us, especially relationships. Okay, if retrograde telling you cut a couple people off, cut their ass off, let them go. And then the next thing is back up your data, back up your phones, make sure you are saving things. Be patient during this time. Don't be really impulsive and make any quick decisions. You definitely want to tread lightly starting new projects. Starting anything new right now, you definitely want to tread lightly on starting anything new because it may be some disruptions. It may be a little uneasy. So again, avoid making major decisions, make major purchases, signing any contracts. You really don't want to do that during this time. And then also for the last thing, clarify communication. Be clear on what you want. Be clear on what you're trying to manifest. Be clear on where you're trying to go. Be clear on how you want to present yourself moving forward, how you want to put out your projects, how you want to show up for yourself, and be clear on those things. It'll help you have a better understanding of what you want and how to. So that is the energy for the Mercury retrograde from August 4th through the 27th, starting in Leo and ending in Virgo. Now let's see what Mona got to talk about.
Okay. So I'm going to break down two separate readings since the energy is moving from Leo to Virgo for a period of time. So for the first half of retrograde, from the 4th to the 14th, Kina's absolutely correct. You definitely will be in this energy of being in the place where you're ready to kind of start transmuting things, changing things, finding balance with your routines, finding balance in your life, finding balance with your goals, finding balance on your spiritual journey, just finding balance in general. And then with this Three of Swords energy being present, I would definitely say for you to make sure that you are very mindful of what you're thinking and how you are feeling. Mercury retrograde is a notorious time, not even just speaking from the cards, but the cards support this, where it's not the way that it's traditionally talked about, but Mercury comes in to check to see, are you ready to stand on business? Are you ready to stand on business with how you're communicating, with how you're thinking, with how you're setting boundaries, with how you're planning, with those previous lessons? Even when Mercury is in its shadow period for the 2 weeks before and after, it is a very intense time. And then again, just looking at these energies, you should expect to be a little annoyed. You should expect to find yourself thinking about shit that you usually don't think about, wanting to get to the bottom of it, wanting to find a new way to go about it, wanting to shift the power dynamics, wanting to take different control over your life. And I think that it's a great thing. Mercury retrograde really is a wonderful, wonderful time in my very humble opinion, but I was born at a time when Mercury was in retrograde. It's like game on. It's game on time. Calling your fucking bluff in every single area. Do expect for people from your past to come back in, especially for those of you where you have these exes, these ex-husbands, ex-baby mamas, baby daddies, so on and so forth, however that resonates for you, where people from your past are going to start showing up to check to see, hey, You still on that? Just don't. Just do not. Your oracle cards were what you seek is seeking you, and then see you on the other side. I will say, y'all, nobody leaves the Mercury retrograde the same as how they came in, and just the energy for the first part and it being in Leo. I feel like this Mercury retrograde is going to illuminate shit like nobody's fucking business, for real. Not to tell my husband's business, but even the other day, he got an email from FedEx, and the name that was on the emails for an order that was coming was somebody else's fucking name. Somebody else's name. And the way that it all worked out, it was funny as fuck, because we were talking about returning to sender and people and they bullshit. And then you get this random email and it's somebody else's name. It doesn't make a lick of logical fucking sense. And it did it twice. Those are the types of tricks that Mercury and technology will play on you, and Source will play on you, just to one, let you know, and then two, just buckle up, y'all. Buckle up. This is going to be a wild Mercury retrograde. Saturn's in retrograde. What else is in retrograde right now, Kina? Pluto. Is Neptune still in retrograde?
Neptune may clearly stay in retrograde in Pisces, but let's see what's going on.
And I'm saying that to say, y'all, a lot of these planets are in retrograde for the first time in a long time. Saturn does not go into retrograde often. Pluto, those transits take like 32 fucking years to complete sometimes. This is not a normal occurrence, and this is the first time in a long time where all these planets are retrograding. They're teaching lessons, they're showing you things, they're shifting power dynamics. This is a wild time, y'all. It's a wild time.
It's a lot. We got Pluto in retrograde. We also have Saturn in retrograde. Pluto's in retrograde till October 2nd. Saturn is in retrograde till November 15th. Neptune is still in retrograde till December 7th. Chiron just recently joined retrograde
What the fuck?
yesterday.
What the fuck?
Yesterday. Now,
No way.
Chiron is the placement of inner healing, inner child healing, deep trauma healing. Yeah. So Chiron just joined retrograde yesterday till December 29th. And we know Mercury is coming into retrograde. Uranus will join on September 1st. Jupiter will join October 9th. And Mars will join December 6th. So it looks like all planets will be in retrograde together for a little minute.
Intense,
For a little minute.
intense.
Yeah, it's pushing shit out.
So, we always kind of, both separately, collectively, when we come together to do shit, encourage people to just go ahead and take care of shit the first time. This is not the time to be letting things slide. This is not the time to be letting your boundaries fall to the wayside. It's not the time to keep driving around in your putt-putt. Just go ahead and take it and get you a new car. It's just not the time, y'all. And if you know that you got a lot of shit that you have been dealing with, I would encourage you to start closing that shit out now, especially in the couple days you have before Mercury retrograde starts. Now it's time to be blocking people. I am a serial phone number changer. I've had the same number now for like the last 3 years. But, I'm the type of person where if, like, back in the day, me having to set a boundary and I don't want a motherfucker to reach out again, new number. Because no, it's the time for that, y'all. It is the time for that. I am telling you, you do not want to get roped up into Mercury's shenanigans when this Mercury retrograde starts. I'm trying to tell y'all, let's go ahead and read for the second part of Mercury retrograde in Virgo. Let me grab a different deck.
Y'all, it's the shadow period starting its shenanigans already.
Yes.
Baby daddy won't get cussed out. He won't tussle. I'm trying to keep my cool. And this is just confirmation. My oldest wants my wife to adopt her. So my wife wants to adopt both of my children. And I know this daddy gonna tussle, but listen, it just I said, you know what, Spirit? I'm just gonna do what I need to do. I'm not gonna let them take me to the street. Because they gonna take me to the street, y'all.
It's
Don't
just not
fall for
worth
it.
it. It's not
Especially
worth
with
it.
it beginning in Leo, y'all gonna want to tussle.
Yes.
Y'all gonna want to tussle. Y'all gonna want to be very argumentative. You're gonna want to try to get your point across. Don't. Don't. I hear the song, don't think about it too much, too much, too much, too much. Don't fall for you. But it's ending in Virgo.
These are the bottom of the deck cards. Listen, y'all. Say what you gotta say. Say what you gotta say. Like, I just, both sets of cards, but especially these ones for the second half of Mercury retrograde, it literally gives everything that retrograde is all about: battles, issues with communication. Me and my sister yesterday, and me and my sister, we don't argue. We had a very heated discussion yesterday. And it wasn't even about us, it was about somebody else. And she's just like, she keeps telling me I'm heartless, y'all. And she's like, I think you've been in therapy so much that you forget that you got to have a heart. And I'm just like, well, what the fuck? That shit makes you stupid. You're trying to be responsible for shit that you ain't got no control over. Like, you're not thinking about the ingos. And usually she says what she says, and I say what I say. We got the same birthday. We're both Aries. We have the same mom. Yes. But yesterday she was so just every now and again, you're so mean. Like, stand on business. Stand on business at all costs. Because what's the fucking alternative? You letting people slide. You're letting people do things and throw things into your experience that take you off balance. You know that you're off balance, and then you continue to choose to fight those battles. You continue to choose to engage with shitty people. You continue to choose to prioritize other people's bullshit. What they say, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. That's playing a stupid game. Like, the second half of Mercury retrograde, you are going to have to be very selective and very mindful about what you are choosing to root yourself in, and understanding that if something was difficult for you before, if something typically is you getting the short end of the stick, somebody coming to play with you, so on and so forth, at some point you get tired. You get tired. Listen, I am pro fuck that shit. You do what you gotta do. I'm pro tuck and roll. I don't care who it is. You could ask my biological family members. I'm really not speaking to anybody at the moment. Just my sister. Shit. My brothers reach out on occasion, but I don't fuck around. I do not fuck around. In-laws, don't call me. I don't fuck around. Like, nobody got time for that shit.
And it's so crazy because I hear the song. Spirit being so petty with these song drop. I hear the song. It ain't nothing to cut that bitch off.
I tell you what, even your angels are telling you take action, and then meditation brings the answers. And then no, just stop. And then I tell you, I don't know what it is about Mercury where it gets people in their feelings, and they come around and want to start telling you how they feel about the fact that you did this, or damn, you ain't been mad long enough. You're not over that little attitude you had, nigga. This wasn't no, ooh, I'm gonna bleep that out. But this ain't no little attitude. I really am done with you. I really cut you off. I really walked away, and not just in these little raggedy ass, bald-headed scallywag relationships, but your friendships, your relationships with family. Just people lose their mind when Mercury is in retrograde. Don't fall for that bullshit, y'all.
It's not
Stay strong. And if you need any Mercury retrograde insights, clarities, please do tap in with either one of us for a reading. Tap in with both of us for a reading. The reading of a fucking lifetime. Links below. Y'all know where to find us at. Like we said, this wasn't necessarily stars and cards, but we wanted to kick some shit for Mercury retrograde because I love reading tarot, but I have a deep, deep, deep love and knowledge of astrology as well. And it's so important for you to consider those things. We have all of these tools available to us, whether they're tools of divination, we got crystals, we have people who are psychic and things like that. We have the stars, we have the planets, where even if you think these things are not affecting you on a deep level, they all have purpose, they all have properties. And depending on where they're sitting, where they're moving, even me and my sister, same birthday, born exactly 4 years apart in the same hospital. She was born early in the morning. I was born like damn near the next day in the middle of the fucking night. Our sun is the same, our moons, our risings, all of our placements totally fucking different. We literally are like night and day.
Night and
in
day.
how we
I
are
was
as people.
just thinking that.
Yep, definitely. Very, very different individuals. So that's what we got for y'all though. Love you, bye.